I think it's going to take Joe about 3 to 4 years longer to be the Tom Cruise. Joe plays real young, and because of that, he still has that air of innocence. But as he gets older, I think like Tom did, you have seen Tom grow into this edgy kind of person that he can play the Mission Impossible very realistically. I know that Joe will be there someday too.
Yeah, we can go back through it, but I'm just telling you, you know, it's past.
I don't think that Joe needs to make the choice between being an attorney or an actor because he's great at playing Superman.
That was 2 years ago. And, you know, it's been hard. You know, I've had to get a job, I've had to work in a restaurant, you know, now I'm bartending, and, you know, that's just what you have to do. You know, my parents don't support me anymore. You know, it's like you're on your own. It's reality, you know.
Life on the Boulevard of Dreams holds out a promise of great fulfillment. But are our players destined to live their dreams? To tell their stories, our players created their own characters to reveal the truth about life on the Boulevard, its upside and its downside.
I want you to take a look back at the house and get an overview of it. I think it would be perfect for you. By the way, here's my card. And on a personal level, before we leave on too, I loved your movie. It was fabulous.
I'm sitting there. I go to the set, right? I look up on the Hollywood sign. It's right by the Hollywood sign, right?
Yeah.
I look up. How you doing? The director's on the L. On the L. You know the L of the Hollywood sign?
I just was so freaked out about this whole thing, and now there's no money for the project. The director jumps off of the Hollywood sign. I mean, you know. No, I just. You know, it's almost as if I should write all this down and make a movie out of it. This is more incredible than going for the audition and.
And he jumped off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
do a big swimming pool.
Hey, it's not funny. He's dead. I'm over. It's done.
No, Karen. No, I'm just. You know, I feel horrible, but you know, I mean, I just kind of feel like every dog gets his day too. You know.
Remember that cute young actor that came over to the house to audition? Yes, that's the one. Do you have his number? Could you get in touch with him for me, please? Yeah, I'd like to invite him over, maybe for a little dinner. Champagne or something. Yeah, that would be great. Please call him. Yes, and call me back as soon as you can and let me know what he says, okay? All right, thanks. Bye.
Dangerous liaisons.
I was cast in a film that's supposed to shoot this summer, and the director, young director, who I thought was my friend actually, started to have a liking towards me. You don't know who you're going to deal with, but this is very common. This happens, and I was basically told. I told him when the casting starts again, call me and I'll read. And if you still want me, I'll do it as a professional. But I'm not going to sleep with you for this role.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
You must be Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
How are you? How are you, Chris?
Good.
Come on in.
Thanks.
I'm Harriet. Nice to meet you. We only do scenes with each other.
Chris Morel. And it's not Morel.
Chris Morel?
It's not, it's Morel.
Chris Morel.
As in the mushroom.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
Morel.
How about something sexy?
Something sexy.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I'll give you like a pool cue. And do like something like a hustler would do or something like that. Like, let's say you're trying to impress some girls.
No, I think it was very real. In fact, within my first year out here, I was invited to interview with an agent, one of the top agents in town, and it happens to be a male, so it's a little bit of a twist. He interviewed me, and we got along great. I mean, he's like, yeah, I'd like you to come back and do some monologues.
No, I'll bet.
So I was excited, you know, and I spent time learning these monologues.
That's what they call it in Hollywood, monologue. Well, yeah. I mean, if you open up your shirt and when you bend over to shoot, yeah. Well, you have a nice ass.
Well, see, that's kind of like Chris. I was naive. I mean, I really was. I didn't know. And so, I'm preparing to do these monologues, and 2 weeks after our first meeting, he calls and says, I have an extra ticket to the Symphony Orchestra. Would you like to go? And I was like, sure.
I mean, you just got here, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I really, I'd like to know about you and what your ambition is, what you want, your goals and everything like that.
Okay.
So let's go upstairs, okay, and we'll talk about that. Just, you can just put the stick down.
Did you want me to do any more scenes, or?
Oh, I'll find a scene for you to do. I'll find some scene for you to do. Come on upstairs, and I'll show you around. Now I want to ask something. Do you have a place to stay?
Well, he was carrying a Wiener Schnitzel, and he like stuck in my face and said, "Here, you want a bite?" And I was like, "Duh."
Oh, he did really?
Duh. And I
You
was
sure
like,
it was a Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah, I know.
Who could the agent be? If you think you know, write in.
I'll do the funny shit.
Sorry.
You sing when we
You know what they
get
say, the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
Okay, so who wants to know what happened after the symphony orchestra?
We all do.
The casting couch exists in Hollywood. It's alive and well and is not going away.
No, but you know what? We just said goodnight and, you know, shook hands. I said, and he even said, all right, well, call me when you're ready to do your monologues. So about 2 weeks later, I called, and they're like, Joe who?
I've seen a few, especially, female patients who have been very significantly traumatized by men, particularly producers, very powerful producers, studio heads, who have entrapped young, beautiful actresses. Producers, one of the reasons that they get into being producers, I think, is because they want to meet young, beautiful women. And I know producers, I've been in Hollywood long enough, that producers will, they'll not only have casting couch sessions, but for example, I knew one producer who used to have casting calls. He would make up a movie. He could make up a name of a movie, like Return of the Amazon Women or whatever, and he'd get 60 beautiful blonde girls coming that morning to interview. There was no such movie that he was going to do. He just wanted to meet 60 beautiful women. I've seen quite a few people in the industry, from gaffers all the way up to the celebrities and studio heads, so I'm speaking with some experience.
Wow.
Lulu, huh? What'd she want? She wants to meet... Does she have like another film role for me? Uh-huh. Okay, what's her number? Boulevard Avenue? Okay, bye.
What's it about?
Lulu wants to meet with me. All right? Hey.
Yeah, it's
gonna be all right. I'm just gonna go up and meet with her, okay?
Okay, good. That's really exciting. I mean, I'm just worried.
Just trust me, okay? Okay?
What I know.
See, I slept with
No.
a lot of people, and look where I am now. I mean, you know, think about it. I'm making salad. I mean, this is what happens in this business.
Well, at least you're in the producer's kitchen making salad.
I wouldn't do it because I've had
Told me he's the
too much
producer.
experience on that side, on the other side of the table, working in casting.
Right.
And seeing people come in. I mean, girls coming in, women coming in with portfolios
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it my
to
turn to
show
cut
you
the
what
feather?
they've done, and they're standing there with water hoses shooting up their, you know, whatever, and
Yeah.
you know, under waterfalls, totally naked, and
Is that where they got that song, Waterfalls?
Oh,
Yeah.
the girls that come in with their portfolios? Oh, my
unbelievable.
God.
All I did was, I was working for
Nude
a networking
pictures.
company where actors come in and they pay to meet casting directors, producers, and directors. So if you're going to put that out there, that's exactly what people are going to want to see.
They would go into his office and show him pictures of them nude. I mean, this is a legitimate...
Oh, and then the guy said,
casting
yeah,
office.
and would you
Behind
take something
closed
off? Would you
doors.
take your top off?
It's frightening.
And
Oh, they
you-
would come into auditions
Oh.
with see-through clothes, and
I
oh,
can't
it's amazing.
begin to tell you the thing. I mean, Sharon Stone crossing her legs is nothing.
And when you meet young actresses and as a bachelor and a single male living in Hollywood for 20 years, I've met, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of them. They are so single-minded about their profession that if you're not in that profession, they don't even want to talk to you. They don't. It doesn't make any difference how good-looking you are, how successful you are, how much money you have, or whatever. It's what you can do for them.
Oh, come on.
I'm very excited about the job that I just got, and I will love doing that, and I'll probably do that for a long time, but eventually, no matter where I live, I don't think it necessarily has to do with the city. No matter what happens with my career, whether it will become big or it will become whatever, it doesn't matter. Eventually, I do want, you know, I just want kids and dogs, and my husband, and that's what I want.